Even when badly injured, you gotta stay in the fight to protect yourself and your loved ones. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of South Africa. This video was sent to me by the man who is the victim here. His name is Ibrahim, and he sent me this video to help all of us with our attitude, skills, and plan. We're gonna see an attempted carjacking here that will teach us important lessons about getting out of the danger zone, about marksmanship, especially marksmanship from compromised positions, and staying in the fight even when badly injured. The perp's car here comes into view first, and then the victim's car comes in as well. And when they pile out, dad decides he gets it in reverse, but he gets several shots off, the bad guy does, as they're reversing. And that causes him to kind of start to lose control a little bit. And you can see the bad guy actually in the circle there as they roll the car over. But when he goes down to see what's going on, our good guy shoots him twice because the guy in the passenger seat was armed. You can see him shoot again right there as another one of the bad guys was still coming his way, and that drives that guy off. He actually shot him in the leg, and the guy was caught later. And that makes him get back in the car, and he and his partner that were in the car still, they take off and leave their third buddy behind. And now this guy, Ibrahim, is getting out of the car. He has been shot 3 times, once in the chest, once in the abdomen, and once in the arm. And now finally this bystander is gonna see them and stop, but he's gotta get himself and his dad out of the car. And the video that he sent me, this video, and the description of it, he stayed conscious all the way 150 kilometers to the hospital, and he made it through, spent some time in ICU, but made it through and drove these guys off. Incredibly well done. So learned some lessons on this one. First one is they box him in with this carjacking procedure. They block the road and box him in. You got to decide at that point, am I going to be boxed in? Am I going to jump the curb? Am I going to hit reverse or whatever? His dad decided at that point to hit reverse, which I think is a good decision, but these guys came out firing, which tells you that they mean deadly force in any case. So reversing was a great idea. Now, of course, driving a car in reverse is no easy feat. You got to know how to do that. Knowing how to flip a J-turn or something like that, very important. And we see this guy is, for some reason, chasing them in the car, and that actually could have been very much fatal. But Ibrahim here, he said he recognized that he was shot. He knew he was shot 3 times, but he also knew he had to get his gun out because that guy was coming after him. So he gets his gun out and actually had to chamber around right here. He said it was very difficult to chamber around because his left arm was shot through. So this is another reason I tell you, you may not have time, you may not have a hand in order to chamber around, which is why I tell you to carry your firearm with a chambered round, because this guy did not give him much time to get his gun in the fight. Thankfully, he did have enough time and enough manual dexterity to do so that when this guy ducked down, Ibrahim shot him. And that guy ran off. Great job there of being a defensive marksman. And now we see the shot on the second one. And that shot, if you look at the distance here, just off camera on the right, is at least a 30-yard shot. Imagine having to take a 30-yard shot, hanging upside down by your seatbelt, shot 3 times, and you're gonna have to shoot this burglar, this goblin rather, this bad guy that's coming at you, and say, look, man, I got to drive this guy off. But he hit him in the leg. What an incredible shot there to get that guy to leave him alone and to go run off and have his problems. And that's exactly what this guy does. When they met significant armed resistance, they decided that they had better things to do, and so they ran off. And carjackers are apt to do so when they realize that they're not going to get their car. Finally, first aid skills. Man, you got to have your first aid skills and your first aid tools on you at all times. He shot 3 times. Clearly, the extremity is the least problematic of the 3. Shot through and through in the right lung. That's a huge problem. Gut shot as well. Being able to get some chest seals on so that you don't get a pneumothorax there, and having those skills to be able to stop the bleeding and get to the hospital, incredibly important. All in all, I think this guy, Ibrahim, man, this guy's a real-life John Wick. He did an incredible job. I mean, thinking about the challenges that he faced shooting this guy and defending himself and his dad with his gun, incredible, incredible work. He covered his ass without any question whatsoever. So let's make sure that we keep our firearm chambered. We're ready to go in that moment. We stay cool even when we're injured, and we fight and drive the bad guys off.